you want to support your Kansas City Nidokings, get a shirt with the logo slapped on it and put it on your body. It's pretty cool. Link on the screen and in the description below. What is going on, dudes? My name is your Kansas City Nidokings, and today we have our Week 2 IBL Season 4 match versus Northern Nation and the Las Vegas Galladers. So, kind of funny what actually happened with the whole team prep thing is I got the team wrong. So Jose helped me prep for Week 3 when we were supposed to be prepping for Week 2. So this team, if it's sort of lackluster, it's because I built it by myself. So it may not be as good as our Week 1 and Week 3 teams, but we'll see what happens because this is going to be a fairly tough matchup, and I'm going to go over the team that I built to counter his. And before we do anything, as you saw at the beginning there, before the intro and whatnot, we have new shirts. The Kansas City Nidokings Mark 4, the logo Mark 4 shirts are available at Teespring if you want to get them. So link in the description below. You should definitely check them out. Pretty cool. I got mine and I'm excited. So, yes. Anyways, I'm going to go over the team that I built, and his team is Infernape, Garchomp, Primarina, Galvantula, Cobalion, Mega Absol, Mesprit, Golbat, Hitmonchan, and Leafeon. Now, overall, it's a pretty darn good team. Somehow, my team was only ranked, like, 13th or something like that. It was rated very, very, very low on power ranking-wise, so, and we're playing the team that was ranked number 1. I really love my team, so I don't understand why that is. But anyways, overall his team is really, really well put together. He's got a lot of different speed tiers. There's a pretty big gap. Actually, his fastest Pokemon is, I believe it's, what, Mega Absol, base 115. And then he's got Cobalion and Galvantula, who are both 108. I forget what Infernape is. I think it might be 110. Or 110, excuse me. Mega Absol was his fastest Pokemon, so that helped me a little bit when it came to creeping. He's got 3 Pokemon base 108. I find that kind of funny, with being Cobalion, Galvantula, and Infernape. So, anyways, overall his team is very, very bulky. It's going to be kind of hard to get around, because I don't have anything that just, like, immediately screams amazing against his team, except for one Pokemon, and that Pokemon is being brought. So, we're going to get started here. First up, we have Megan Fox and Mega Altaria holding, well, the Altarian, obviously, because it has to, with Earthquake, Return, Roost, and Dragon Dance. Now, overall, Altaria Mega, just, I read it as it is on Showdown. Mega Altaria runs over his team as soon as Golbat is gone, because that thing being I just don't have much to touch it with this Pokemon. Earthquake is just really nice. It hits the majority of his team, except for Mesprit and Golbat, and then Return hits, like, what? He doesn't have much to resist it. Cobalion resists it, and Golbat resists it, and that's literally it. So, this thing cannot touch Golbat, but it can touch everything else really well. So, Mega Altaria is going to be super key to have, and hopefully we'll be able to keep it. I need to keep it around as long as I can. Now, Roost is obviously just so I can restore this thing's health. If it's kind of low, he's probably going to get up Stealth Rocks, because I know he gets a couple Pokemon that get it. Being, I think Cobalion gets it, but Infernape and Garchomp both do as well. Dragon Dance, if I get the chance to set up, let's set up and I can run over his team. Golbat would still be the only issue there, but Golbat overall couldn't do too much. I don't think it typically even carries a poison move that often, which I could be completely wrong about that. I mean, at least attacking. Most of the time it has, like, what, Brave Bird, Roost, Toxic, and maybe Poison Fang? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, so this thing, I put max attack, Adamant H's. This thing is going to hit like a truck. As much HP as I really could. I didn't want to, obviously, do an even number HP, because odd number HP allows me to take more times I can come in on rocks damage. And when it comes to moves like Super Fang, or moves that have your HP, then it takes less, because of how Pokemon rounds down. Anyways, the last 12 I couldn't put into one of those stats. It wouldn't actually make a difference. I put 4 in defense, special defense, and speed. And just in case something decides to try to creep this thing, because there's something, I think it's Golbat, that I doubt he would ever do it. I think Golbat is base 70, but if it would ever try to creep my Altaria, it has that, no, Golbat's a lot faster than I thought it was. Anyway, not important. So that is about it for Megan Fox here. There was a there was a lot of me debating on, like, doing enough speed to outspeed the Golbat. You know, on honesty, I may not have even thought of that because I didn't think Golbat was as fast as it was, so, you know. Anyway, if I end up making a change where I make this thing a Jolly Nature and make it fast enough to outspeed the Golbat, then I will definitely let you all know. Okay, actually, running 1 point in speed, and with a Jolly Nature, this thing outspeeds the Golbat. So, I'm probably gonna get that changed, have it just literally just put a Jolly Nature on it instead. So, yeah, that's about it for Megan Fox. Next up, we have Hawkins the Jolteon holding the Shucka Berry with Volt Absorb, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Signal Beam, and Hidden Power Ice. Now, originally on this team, I had 4 Assault Vests. Jolteon had 1 of them. After a lot of thinking around, I'm like, why did I do that for Jolteon? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Obviously, Volt Absorb is going to be really nice if I end up catching the Jolteon or the Galvantula attempting to Volt Switch or something like that. And it can't really, I mean, I was going to say it can't really touch me, but it can because it's got Bug Buzz, and that'll do a lot of damage. But Thunderbolt just hits pretty nicely across his entire team. He's only got 1 immunity to Thunderbolt or Volt Switch, which makes this thing very nice pivot-wise. Signal Beam hits the Mesprit for super effective damage, as well as the Leafeon and the Mega Absol. I ended up running that after doing a lot of thinking instead of Shadow Ball, which is my original plan, because Signal Beam hits three Pokemon for super active damage, not than just the 1. And obviously this thing is going to be really nice for taking down Golbat. And if I can get rid of Golbat early, that'd be amazing. And getting Stealth Rocks up a little bit will be nice too. Hidden Power Ice is really just for Garchomp, because this thing can't do much of anything to Garchomp. Shucka Berry is because he has so many Pokemon that can use Earthquake on this team that it's just the best sort of thing I could run on this thing. I didn't really want to Specs it or Scarf it. I didn't need to Scarf it. I didn't want to Specs it. So this thing's a Timid Nature with enough speed to outspeed Max Speed Mega Absol. The rest is a ton in Special Attack, a good amount in HP, and a little bit in the other defenses. Those 4 left over I cannot put into any stat and make them do anything different, so you know. Anyways, yeah, that's Hawkins. Pretty simple stuff. Jolteon doesn't have too many rolls. It's just kind of a quick Scouter Volt Turner that can hit pretty hard if given the opportunity. This thing has, I was gonna say, this thing has the same amount of attack as Mega Altari, but that's because base 110 special attack, base 1 attack, 110 attack. Yeah. Anyway, yes. Next up, we have 707 the Skarmory here with the Rocky Helmet, Sturdy, Brave Bird, Defog, Stealth Rock, and Roost. Now this thing is going to be very, very important to keep around. He's got a lot of things that can do work against Skarmory. Infernape obviously is really good against it. Garchomp isn't that great against it just because it can't hit me with a ground type move unless I use Roost. Primarina, I was going to say Primarina doesn't get Thunderbolt. That was one of the main reasons I really liked having Skarmory on the squad. I mean, Mega Absol can hit this thing super hard, but with the physical defense and the Rocky Helmet, it'll be really nice. This thing is just obviously meant to be my physical wall. If I can get up those Stealth Rocks, he doesn't have much that can get rid of them. I think Golbat gets Defog, and I don't think he has anything else that can actually get rid of the... Hitmonchan gets Rapid Spin. Forgot about that. So, otherwise, he has nothing else that can get rid of the rocks, which is Defog and Rapid Spin on Hitmonchan. And Hitmonchan overall just doesn't threaten the team too much with Megan Fox because Ice Punch doesn't do a massive amount against it. Brave Bird is obviously just a default stab, probably the best move I can run on this thing. He doesn't have too much that resists flying at all. Actually, think about it, he has nothing that resists flying. So everything gets hit at least neutral for this. I think there's only Infernape and Leafeon are the only two that, and Hitmonchan who takes super effective damage from it. Defog is obviously to get rid of the rocks, and then Roost so this thing can stay in the fight more and get some HP back and then get ready to fight. Just be that wall that I really need it to be. So it's a typically physically defensive set, a lot of HP investment, so I have an odd number HP with max defense and impish nature, and then the rest in the special defense so I can take a special hit just that little bit better. And, yeah, so overall this thing is, I'm thinking Skarmory is going to end up doing really nicely for me. Next up, we have Paramore, the Serena, holding the Assault Vest with Queenly Majesty, Zen Headbutt, High Jump Kick, Play Rough, and Rapid Spin. Now, Queenly Majesty is really, really nice because of that Absol. He cannot use something like, or Infernape, or whatever else gets priority on his team. Actually, I built this thing to... No, I didn't build this thing to outspeed Hitmonchan. I forgot what I built this thing to outspeed. Primarina? Was that it? Okay, so I built this thing to outspeed Golbat. That's what I did. No speed Golbat. Zen Headbutt is obviously for the, I mean, it works well against the Infernape. It also works well against the Golbat and the Hitmonchan. It's mainly for the Golbat because Golbat can counter this thing very nicely. The High Jump Kick just hits super hard against his team. He doesn't have much to resist it. And it obliterates Mega Absol, and that was the main reason I brought it. I don't remember what calc I did. I calced something got one-shot by one of my attacking moves. Anyway, Grass typing obviously wasn't super helpful this time around. Play Rough just obviously hits super hard. Once again, it's really good for the Garchomp and the Mega Absol and the Hitmonchan. The High Jump Kick is mainly gonna be for Cobalion. That was the main thing. Do I really need that? I don't know. I may end up giving it something like Trop Kick, because that could be really nice for the Primarina, so I have something to touch that. And then Rapid Spin, obviously, to get rid of any rocks that he sets up on my side of the field. He doesn't have any Ghost typing, so he doesn't have a Spin blocker, so that's pretty cool. This thing is max HP, with enough speed to outspeed minimum speed Golbat, with 100 in special defense just to really help out with on the special defensive side with the Assault Vest. And then 4 in attack and then 4 in defense with an Adamant Nature, because this thing, with an Adamant Nature and that 4 in attack, it's... I can't remember exactly what calc I did. What Pokemon it OHKOs. Was it the Mega Absol? It might have been the Mega Absol. Okay, I did calc this, so after Stealth Rocks, it's a guaranteed OHKO to take out the Mega Absol with Play Rough. And before Stealth Rocks, it's a guaranteed knockout to take it out with High Jump Kick. I'm not gonna lie, I am absolutely, completely confused as to why I did what I did. Maybe, I guess overall, there's a lot of things, like the Mega Absol at OHKOs, with basically either move, especially after Stealth Rocks. The High Jump Kick does a ton of damage. It's a guaranteed 2-hit KO against Serena, or I mean against Cobalion. I'm not entirely sure what else that I really was calcing for, if anything. I couldn't put the 4 in defense, I don't think. That was probably the reason I did it. I didn't end up needing to run a ton of attack in this thing, because this thing already hits super hard against some of the Pokemon that he has on his squad. So, pretty cool stuff. So Assault Vest allows me to take special hits really well, especially from the Primarina. The Ice Beam, I think that was one of the things I was really working into. And let's see, what was it? Serena overall just does pretty well against his squad, and that's the whole reason that it is how it is. I'm not entirely sure why the 4, and I don't know, this thing just, I'm gonna also calc against Primarina. After Stealth Rocks, Trop Kick has a very, very, very high chance to knock it out. See, I'm trying to debate why I need High Jump Kick. So I may end up just getting rid of High Jump Kick for Trop Kick. So I think we're gonna put that in. I don't know what I was calcing. Alright, well, Seed Bomb is a guaranteed KO. So we'll just do Seed Bomb, no big deal. Anyways, that's Paramore for us. Next up we have Bert the Sock with holding the Assault Vest with Counter, Close Combat, Knockoff, and Poison Jab. So I really, really, really wanted to run Counter on this Pokemon. He's got so many good physical attackers in this team, including Infernape and the Garchomp, the Mega Absol if it wants to... I mean, Mega Absol probably doesn't want to stay in on Sock anyway. Even with the Psycho Cut, it also gets Play Rough, and it'll probably be more likely to bring Play Rough. Anyways, the Hitmonchan, the Leafeon. So he's just got so many things that hit physically, and if I can get a counter off on something like that is a major problem for my team, that'd be amazing. And then the rest of the moves are just to hit super hard against the rest of his Pokemon. Poison Jab is very nice. It obliterates Primarina, obliterates Leafeon. I don't have a terrible amount for the Golbat, but Knockoff does a very decent amount of damage, and will get rid of its Eviolite. Close Combat just hits very nicely across the board, except for the Mesprit and the Galvantula. It would hit the Primarine and the Galvantula extremely hard anyway, even though they resist it, so you know. Obviously, Knockoff would do well against those guys too, so that's really about it for Sock. Is this my first time bringing it, or did it just not get battle time in one of my earlier weeks? Because I feel like I did bring it for one other week. Oh, yeah, that's why, because it's for next week. I put one together for next week. Anyway, yeah, I hope Bert will do very nice for us. I got a lot of attack investment. I didn't need to put any in speed, because there's nothing that he's got that I'm super worried about having to outspeed. The Golbat can outspeed Sock, but I didn't really feel the need to worry about it that much because it's not going to be able to do too much damage, especially with the amount of HP invested that I have on this thing. And this thing is going to just hit like a truck with the Adamant Nature and Max Attack. And the rest in Special Defense just so we can take a special hit a little bit better. That's really about it for Bert. It's pretty simple. Sock is, again, one of those Pokemon that's very just simple all around when it comes to uses. And finally, we have Team Captain Z Crystal User Welkin holding the Ground EMZ with Sheer Force, Ice Beam, Earth Power, Poison Jab, and Focus Blast. So, Bert and Welkin was one of the other ones who had the Assault Vest as well, and I got rid of it. I decided Ground EMC is really nice for this week, actually. Obviously, it hits everything but the Mesprit and the Golbat, and everything else it hits for at least neutral, which is really, really good. Except for the Leafeon, but you know. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm running a Modest Nature and Poison Jab. Now, Poison Jab obliterates Primarina. Sludge Wave had a chance to not take it out, so I decided that we just go for the physical move, because that's a lot better. And Ice Beam obliterates Leafeon already. I don't even need to use Poison Jab for that. Poison Jab would not take it out. Sludge Wave would take it out, but it had a chance to not take Primarina out with an Assault Vest. So, you know, Poison Jab just obliterates Primarina, though, which is the whole point behind that. Ice Beam obviously obliterates the Garchomp as well. And so it does a lot of damage overall. Hits Golbat for super effective damage, which is really nice. Earth Power is really good against this team, as I already mentioned. The ground type moves are really good against the squad, except for the Mesprit and Golbat. But Poison Jab, well, not Poison Jab. I mean, anyway, I've got moves to handle them, which is really nice. And then Focus Blast was mainly for the Cobalion, because I didn't really have anything else I needed to put on this Pokemon. I may end up giving it Sludge Wave in the end, because looking back at it, I don't really need the... What? Make it Absol, that's why I had the Focus Blast. I want to calc this. Okay, Earth Power also takes it out, so I don't need to worry about Sludge Wave. So, I think I'll just put Sludge Wave back on it anyway, because I feel like that's a smarter idea. Because, obviously, Earth Power and Sludge Wave both take it out after the, with the massive special attack this thing already has. So, I don't remember exactly what I built this thing to outspeed. I have no clue what I built this thing to outspeed. Was it supposed to be timid? Okay, it was built to outspeed, max speed, Hitmonchan. But why the hell did I once again... I don't even know, dude. That is crazy. Let me double check, because when I originally had... Yeah, you had him... Why did... I have no idea. I don't understand. That is so weird. Anyway, this thing is built to outspeed, max speed Metacham. Or not Metacham, but Hitmonchan. So, it literally has a Adamant Nature right here. And I'm gonna get Megan Fox's changed to Jolly. And, yeah, that's about it for the squad. That is so weird how those specific things happened. I'm just kind of confused. Don't know if it was shutdown mishap or I just... messed up. So anyways, really hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, like, appreciated. This is definitely a match I'm nervous about, because this is a very good team compared to mine, or not compared to mine, but just matched up well, better against my team, so I don't know. It's gonna be kind of a tough fight. So, really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe for more, and let's go Nidokings.